You're watching Project 380. I've got the Mark II Turbo in the garage, and in this video we're ditching the old, outdated standard tail lights and replacing them with hopefully something cool. So our friends at Archaic Lighting have kindly sent me a set of tail lights out for the NB, but first a quick reminder of the old tail lights. So yes, we all know what the tail lights on an NB and an MB2 look like. Pretty standard and boring. So let's open the box from Archaic Lighting and see what tail lights await us inside. I should start off by saying Archaic have sent me these lights out. This is not a paid promotion, so all of my opinions in this video are completely unbiased. So before Customs and Royal Fail got hold of this box, it would have been a quite nice presentable box. Quite a nice carbon fibre effect on the side. A nice detailed image on the front, and as you can see, this is for the MX5 NB 1998 to 2005, so this will fit the NB1 and the NB2, and they have kindly sent me out the light smoked version. Let's get this cut open. Some fitting instructions. I've got to say, they are packaged really neatly. Lots of foam around it to ensure they're not broken on delivery. At first glance, these look amazing. I haven't even got the protective layer off yet. They look really good, really high quality. I can see 2 reflectors built in, which is a bonus for UK roads, as these are a requirement. Everything looks pretty much plug and play. On the MB, all the wires run through a grommet, and this kit includes the grommet on the wires, so we know that's going to be waterproof. And then it's simply 2 plugs, the standard plug for the car, and 1 more we'll come on to later. But this looks like it should plug and play, and it looks amazing. So it looks like Archaic have made these completely plug and play, so the install should be very minimal and pretty easy. In fact, all you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver and a 10mm. So let's get installing these new lights onto the Mark II Turbo. The first thing we're going to do is undo this Phillips screw right here. Then you're going to go inside the boot. Usually there would be carpet along here, but it's a drift car. I haven't got any carpet in the back. This is usually held in with a couple of plastic pop clips. Here, here, and one in the middle. And then with the carpet out of the way, you would go inside and find your light plug. You can't mistake it for anything else. It's big and white. Usually this is attached to the chassis, somewhere here, and the same on the other side. If you have a Japanese import in the UK, usually your fog light is wired up to the driver's side light with an extra wire, so just disconnect that, and then disconnect the plug. Then to help you remove the light in a minute, the wiring runs through this rubber grommet. Just push that out of the chassis a little bit. Then we can undo the 2 10mm bolts. One there, and one here. When you're taking the last nut off, just have the other hand on the light on the outside of the car to stop it falling, and then carefully remove the light, making sure that the cable goes through the chassis. This is going to be the only time you can clean behind the light, so while it's out, give it a nice clean, and then we can install the nice new Archaic rear light, feeding the cables through first, seating that wire grommet into the chassis, and then guiding these studs through the chassis, installing the new rear light. Loosely install this top screw to stop this light falling anywhere. That's looking good. I'm getting excited now. Reinstall the retaining nuts. These don't need to be that tight. And then plug the light into the car. You may have noticed I didn't plug back in that fog light wire. We'll come back onto that in a minute. But that is looking really good. I didn't notice until I was installing it, but we've actually got a side reflector as well, which is a huge bonus. As standard, the MX5s come with little reflectors down here on the bumper, but I've obviously got a body kit now with no side reflector, so that is really helpful. Along with the inbuilt reflectors, these lights are actually E approved and DOT approved. It's going to be very hard to see, but it is all down there. So these are perfectly legal for the UK. These lights are full LED, so no worry about blown bulbs anymore. I do like the spirals that are embedded in the plastic right here. That's a really nice touch. So I think it's about time we test these lights out. These have a nice startup sequence. So that's the side light, that's the brake light, and the indicator. Reverse light, I'm really impressed with that. I think they look really good, and I really like that startup sequence. If for whatever reason you don't like that startup sequence, you could come in the boot and disconnect this blue wire. This will stop the startup sequence and the light will just come on as normal. Now that missing fog light wire, which we haven't plugged back in, these lights are designed for the cars with built-in fog lights. Archaic Lighting are now developing a new kit for the JDM market of cars, the ones where they come into the UK and you have to rewire a fog light into them. So a slightly different tail light is required for them, and I'll let you know as soon as that happens. That looks so much more modern than the old standard tail lights. I know it probably won't pick it up on video, but the side lights are a lot brighter than the old ones, which is great for visibility, and being such a small car on the road, it's hard to get noticed by big lorries and big SUVs, so hopefully some nice bright clear tail lights is going to help us be seen more. So I'm well happy with that. Time to install the other one. That's the passenger side all installed. For me, that was a bit of a pain in the butt, as I've installed a huge fire extinguisher right where one of the bolts goes. But that is both the Archaic rear tail lights for the Mark II all installed. Even with the lights off, I think that looks pretty good. That's definitely gave the rear end a meaner look, and in my opinion, a cleaner look. Let's cycle through the lights now that both of them are installed. Side lights with the startup procedure. Indicators. Brake lights. And reverse.
Perfect.
So that is the new Archaic LED UK road legal rear tail lights for the Mark II all installed. I think they're pretty cool, especially with that startup animation. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think these lights are really good. The quality is near perfect. However, I have just got two little quabbles. I know I'm being really picky here, but there is just a slight body gap between the top of the light and the chassis compared to the standard lights. And the reverse lights I think can be just a little bit brighter. However, they are a lot brighter than standard. Other than that, I am dead happy. So please go check out the Archaic website for yourself. The link is in the description down below. It's not just MX5 tail lights they do, but they have got a nice selection of Mark I and Mark III tail lights and a few other cars. So go check that out. A big thank you to Archaic Lights for sending me out these lights to trial. I'm pretty pleased. So that's all for now. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.